Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We got us a members mark, like it's Sam's Club. Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We got a Maker's Mark family shootout.
Boom.
Man, a few words. Let's test it.
Yeah, that's me, baby. Test it. I ran out. We're back. We're going to pour these in a bit. Some of them are rather low.
Well, that's okay. So we're going to take a look at Maker's Mark.
Yes.
Maker's 46.
Boom.
And Maker's Mark Cask Strength.
Bam. So this is the regular one right here. Yes. All right. Now, yes, I've been wanting to like heel slay this for a while.
Good. Let's do it.
And you want to pour it right now while you're looking up a...
Let's pour. Also, so I've got, what are my coins?
Oh,
269, 270, and 271.
274, 273, and 272. And someone asked me, they didn't know, they're like, why do you guys say the number of the coin? Well, you can buy these, and some people like to buy a coin that's associated with the show. All right, so you want the regular Makers in the
just pour one at a time. Let's go, so you don't mess it up this time.
Yes, I won't mess it up this time. We're going to just do...
And then check the ABV of that.
Right.
Okay, let's go right to our Scotch God shout out.
Do it.
Cameron Hopkins. Now this is a recent
45%.
45. Okay. Cameron Hopkins. He's in Wales. He recently commented. It's an older video. Our Hague Club.
Much. Yes.
Probably one of our early. Within our top 50 shows.
Right.
He says you're one of the best whiskey reviews on the internet.
First of all, we like the way he talks.
Bart, I have no idea why a TV company haven't signed you up. You would be a brilliant TV show host. You're brilliant. Keep up the great work. Now, thanks for the backhanded jab, slap in the face there.
Surely
Cameron.
he means you.
Now,
you.
No, he means
as a group.
He means you, not me.
No, I think it's like you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate the thought, Cameron, but I would.
What?
Well, I said just pour them one at a time, and then we can keep them straight. Now you're already pouring them out. Which one's which?
Well, I thought you just meant one at a time.
Well, yeah, that's one.
Well,
that's the only way you can.
Here's the one. Right. Here's the one. This is the 46, which, by the way, the ABV on this is 47%. So 45, 47. Now we're going to the cask strength, which is going to be at the top.
So anyway, though, back to the Scotch God shout out.
Where's he from?
Wales. I said it.
Oh.
I would like to point out, TV shows also have a co-host.
Yeah.
Majority of the time. I will be the co-host.
Well, here's the deal.
You can be the host.
Here's the deal. I
admit. I think you do talk more, and you do. You probably do when we have our live streams and stuff. Because a lot of times I'm watching the comments, and you do carry the show.
No. First of all, people have even said you keep the show on track. Let's be honest.
Yes, I try.
Right. If either one of us attempted to do this alone, it would be dead.
Maybe. Well, yeah,
so
it would be
carry it alone.
We'd become the Scotch Test Dummy.
Yeah. Well, if I did it, it'd be the Scotch Test Dumb.
The Scotch Test Rambler.
Yeah, it would be Whiskey Rambler.
Rambler.
Has anybody done that? That sounds good. Whiskey Rambler.
Whiskey Rambler.
Right.
There you go.
Right. I like that. But I didn't put water in.
By the way, speaking of Rambler and blog posts, what do we got? New website.
Boom.
New website is up. Go to scotchtestdummies.com and check it out.
It's been up for a couple weeks by the time this airs.
It was pointed out to us that we are big time now, and we needed a big time website.
Right.
Our website was small time.
It was small time.
And so we've added several features to that, including a blog post that we can go in and create. There's a calendar in there you can go on. You can add the calendar to your calendar, and then you get notified when events are coming up.
I would not be able to figure that out. I have been the slow kid in class. The help we're getting on this, and they've got to be like, wow, Bart may actually be dumb. because it's been suggested that I get handheld through a couple of the aspects, and I'm going to take that. I will take that. Now, real quick, something else we can do is little side videos. This is going to be a 2-second deal. Goes with a hat, B-17 hat. I love board games. I'm going to put out a few little like members only or videos, B-17 Queen of the Skies, they won't be on the YouTube channel. They're just going to be accessible if you go to the web page. Because I know some don't like that. Me. I told you before we started I was going to plug the web deal. Yeah, that was quick. All right. And this hat is hot. This should be for like winter shows only. Woo. But it is. All right, so we've got the regular makers, the 46. This is 45% ABV. This is 47% ABV. And way up at the front, we got the Cask strength, which is 56.1 ABV. This is a family shootout. Shootouts are when we're going to try multiple, usually in the same family or of the same type in one sitting, so that we can really get a good comparison layered in. I've been wanting to do this with Makers. Now, Makers is a wheat heavy mash bill.
What you call or refer to as a wheated bourbon.
Wheated bourbon.
So you've got the 51% corn minimum to make it a bourbon. The other 49%, usually when you have a wheated bourbon, the wheat replaces the rye. So a wheat bourbon is usually sweeter and you shouldn't have that black pepper or that dill spice from the rye.
But I love that. I love it.
Well, and that's some of your wheated bourbons generally do come across a little bit more milder, a little bit sweeter, a little bit smoother.
So let's nose. So the regular Makers.
Nose we shall.
Nose we will.
Actually, a pretty sweet.
That's what I was going to say. Sweet.
Corn.
Musky.
Wood.
Yeah. Oak forward. Huh.
Mild.
Almost a cotton candy at the end sweetness.
I was going to say honey.
Okay. Yeah, I see that too. When it was coming away, I was like, "Oh, what is that?"
Let's do the.
Oh, you want to taste it too?
Let's do the standard first.
Okay.
You think? You want to move through them?
Usually, we'll nose all of them, kind of tell the differences, and we taste them all. But whatever you want to do.
Quite a bit sweeter and.
I don't get as
tart.
much. Okay.
Not like
Yeah.
Almost like a tart candy.
The nose is subtler. Subtler?
Subtler.
What was that? Subtler. I said subtler. Wow. The nose is subtler.
Now I got 270 on my 46, 269 on my standard. Almost.
Huh.
You can tell it's
a tart fruit.
The same family.
Oh yeah. If you line these up blind, I can tell you already. I don't think I'll be able to tell the
Okay, so what's the difference between the 46 and the regular?
The 46, they put a stave inside the barrel.
And it's aged a little bit longer. It's not that much longer. It's only like 4 months or 6 months or 8 months.
Which is, yeah.
But then the extra wood staves have been added to it, which should increase the liquid to the wood surface area, basically, and kind of quicken the aging process and add a quickening and add flavors as well.
Ooh. Now I've moved on to Cask strength. The Cask strength is a lively nose. I feel like it's flowing almost like a tornado as it comes up. I mean, it's got a lot going on.
A tornado.
It's not subtler. It's got a rich oak. I get a hint of vanilla in the nose.
Cinnamon.
Yeah, cinnamon, and I still get that like a musky, almost like an old wooden tool shed.
Mm-hmm. Caramel.
Yeah, there's a sweet
caramel. Some of the standard bourbon notes with it. Now, the thing is, I don't really get the ABV jumping out at me.
No, it's not a nose hair burner. Yeah, the 46 just, like you said, tart but sweet, but very subtle.
I'm going to go in and taste the standard Maker's Mark.
Going back to the standard, I get a little bit of a... almost like I wanted to say a fruity twinge, but I don't think if that's right. All right, I'm going to taste.
Pretty smooth, pretty mellow. A honey sweetness, some citrus, oak, some of your vanilla and caramel.
I get a cream caramel.
You say caramel, I say caramel.
It just sounds better. On the forefront, I almost felt like it had an effervescence, which would be a bubbliness, but I mean, it's obviously not carbonated or anything, but let me go back and find that. Wow.
Not bad.
It's got
overall.
a lively, I mean, a sparky freshness. I think that citrus is in there, like a lime almost, and then it rolls over into the oak and the cream and the caramel. And the finish is very cream very cream soda-ish for me. Now look at this. I had a Yeti cup that came with this stainless steel straw. I've been telling him for a long time, as much as I like the Sip Dark with the glass straw and everything, or the glass dropper, that I thought a stainless steel straw would be awesome. What I would love to do is get a stainless steel straw that's black, and if they could put our logo on it, I think that would be awesome. But
It's a great story.
I'm sorry, that was just my idea, and when I saw this, I thought, let me try it on a show. When I was researching it, apparently Starbucks had stainless steel straws, but they weren't, somehow they had a sharp edge and people were cutting their lips on it. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound good. All right, so you moved to the 46. Hold on. I may even do this.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Let
have
me do
another
that too.
glass, but you mind if we sip from the same glass?
That's all right.
Or bottle? Sipping from the same bottle, but it's only water.
You can cut that out in between each one too.
Could, but I like to leave it in raw and uncut.
Okay. To the 46. Maker's 46. And it's not called Maker's Mark 46. It's just Maker's 46.
Why?
I don't know.
Much woodier. Wood's up front, wood's in the middle. I get a sour tang.
Yeah.
The astringency shows up in the roof of my mouth.
It's dry.
Very dry.
You're right. Side by side, it's definitely oakier.
Yeah.
And I know we've done these individually. And I didn't think there was that much difference, but there is when you get the 46 next to the standard Maker's Mark.
Man, it's very dry. It's that white wine dryness sucking the moisture out of my mouth.
And what was our ABV on the 46?
47, I believe. Yep, 47. So 45, 47, 51, 56.1. Dry. Finish is very light. Slight caramel on the finish.
I don't know about slight. It's pretty heavy.
Man, not on the finish. Hold on, I want to go right here.
I'd say it's heavy on the caramel and the vanilla. Not necessarily the vanilla. Light on the vanilla, heavy on the caramel, heavy on the oak. Not bad. It's better than I remember. It came across in the review as a little standard, nothing really making it stand out.
All right, Bruno, we're back. A gremlin got a hold of the camera and for some reason stopped filming.
Yes.
And it's not like we ran out of space because we then filmed a whole nother episode and it came in fine. So, didn't notice that until editing.
Yeah.
So we were literally finishing up the 46.
We had gotten about 15 minutes into the review and all of a sudden the camera quit. We've reconvened. I'm wearing the same shirt.
Me too.
I forgot the smoke and dirt lapel pin.
Boom. They're going to get a new pin that's going to be in the shape of a banana hammock.
By the way, we kind of poked fun at Harry Jesus.
We did.
Remember?
We did.
And they've since DM'd us because this hasn't aired yet.
Oh my goodness. Gotcha. Sorry, I thought you were saying they deleted us.
No.
You said DM. DM'd. They direct messaged us. You were very inside Twitter there.
And they loved the guy running the Twitter account loved the Harry Jesus comment.
You got to admit, I still want to say Harry Jesus.
Harry
Jesus rolls.
Harry
Jesus is good.
You know.
And it's spelled the same. All right, so we're kind of recreating
But
magic.
his name is Greg.
Right.
AKA Harry.
And he's a professor.
Harry Jesus.
I want him to wear like Birkenstocks to his professor gig. So, all right, now we're recreating magic here. We had already done the regular makers, and talked about it. We were just about done talking about the 46, the astringency and whatnot, and we were just getting ready to reach for the cask strength.
Yes.
So let's restart. Let's just go right into the cask strength.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what I said about the cask strength, but it was not captured. Yes.
Wow.
Strong nose, rich caramel toffee, vanilla and cream on the nose.
Now I don't remember at the beginning of the video. Did we sit down and nose all three?
You know, I think. Oh gosh, I can't even remember.
Because I don't remember the nose being as strong as real. I think I might have said that it's not necessarily, it doesn't jump out at you, but it is today. If I did say that, it's jumping out at me today. It's letting you know there's 56.1% in here.
See, here's the funny part. I can remember exactly what we did, and I know we checked to see where the camera stopped recording, but you're right. We didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
So if we repeat ourselves or if somehow we contradict ourselves, that would be curious and interesting. But here's the way we bring it. Unfiltered.
Yeah.
Cask strength. No, that's on our YouTube channel or on our webpage.
Now the nose on all three really is pretty similar. I think you can tell it's the same family.
Yes, 100%.
Now, I get the strong alcohol smell.
Yes.
Corn, cinnamon, oak.
Yeah, you're right there. Cinnamon and corn, I agree.
Vanilla. The nose is really jumping out at me over the other two, but real similar to the 46.
As you would expect, strong flavor profile, really coats the mouth, great mouthfeel. I get that creamy vanilla-ness sliding right into the finish. The finish curves off pretty quick, and it leaves a little bit of that like a cottony coating in my mouth.
Sweet, really sweet, at least today anyway. And I remember saying as well, I don't know if I'd said it in the first 15 minutes, but these were more impressive to me now than they were when we did them individually. They came off kind of average, nothing standing out at you, jumping out at you. And I mean, still not the best I've had, but better than I remember. I like them better.
Let me try some of these.
Somebody's stomach is growling.
That is me, baby. When I was just at the doctor's office too, and they were like, blah, 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 blah.
You didn't eat anything before we got started?
A little bit. Yeah. But that was why I did that, because it had been making noises. So I thought, well, maybe I need a little processed summer sausage.
Good oak, a little bit of astringency with it.
All right, the cask strength is the most flavorful for me, which you would expect being at that cask strength level. I get the most caramel notes and creaminess from the cask strength, and that's one of my most favorite notes from a bourbon.
Is Maker's Mark a weeded bourbon? Okay. I was thinking just from how mild it is and how sweet. I don't really get rye notes, so usually when you have a wheated bourbon, the wheat replaces the rye, and so you lose some of that spiciness.
Exactly.
Outside of some cinnamon, kitchen, allspice spiciness.
Beloved by all.
Go back to the 46.
Doing some direct comparisons just to see how they distinguish. The 46 is oakier, comes off a little more bitter for me.
Sweeter, oakier for the ABV, with the 56%. and the 47. What?
We were hand dancing 47. And I know we already mentioned it, but 45. Well, hands down, I'll be quite honest with you. Trying them even individually, my favorite was the Cask Strength. But even together, you're right. You can tell they're in the same family. But the flavor bursts I get from the Cask Strength makes it stand head and shoulders for me. You know, we're going to be heel slaying this very soon. And we're going to be doing the same to the 46. And I'll be buying more of the Cask Strength.
I think so. I was going to say I think I preferred the 46 over the Cask Strength, but going back, I think the Cask Strength has it.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk price point though too, because even when you bought this one, and several times here lately, there's one liquor store here in town, Groves, will have this for like $37, $39 on the Cask.
Unbelievable value.
Normally, I think you see it other places in the 60s.
Yeah. Yeah, the value's just, I mean, it's just hard to beat.
What now for $37, $39, definitely worth it. Much higher than 60, I think, is personal preference.
Right.
I know the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof is that same price range.
Oh, it's a mouthful.
A lot more punch.
True. So, but yeah, great range. I think if you really enjoy the wood flavors, you're going to want to come back to that 46. Your standard daily drinker for many. But once I had the Cask Strength, there was no other. That was it. I was like, boom. Love the Cask Strength. Brings the most flavor. High ABV. I can play with the how much water I want to add to it. And, you know, this time kind of what I expected came true. But I was curious to see how they stood up next to each other. Anything else you want to add in?
Now, the 46, keep in mind too, is even though it's a pretty good premium over the standard, and they add these oak staves to it, but it's really for a very short period of time. It's only a few, I want to say a few months longer than regular Maker's Mark.
Now you keep touching the Cask Strength.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Usually you're the one doing that.
Sure.
Yeah. Usually, and I remember reading I was surprised at the short, because all they say is that this is aged extra, or something about it's aged. I forget how it's phrased. Longer.
Yeah.
And when you research and look at it, it's only a few months, like 6 months, maybe.
That's
8
a lot,
months.
though. You throw that extra stave in there.
Yeah.
I mean, high quality with all. I get a mustiness kind of throughout the family. What did you call it once? A dustiness, I think.
Dusty.
I get a little bit of that dusty oak throughout all of them. And for me, this is where, again, my expectations prevail. I like Cask Strength.
I agree. Well, yeah, here too.
I love that they call it Cask Strength instead of barrel proof. I mean, I know that's a hearkening. They spell it without the E, the whiskey. They hearken back to the Scotch side of it. But
which is odd though too, because most of the American bourbons are going to use barrel proof, barrel strength.
I'd read that there's like a lineage tie back to the Scotland area, maybe back generations. So they kind of drop the E, and they use a lot of Scotch whiskey terminology. All right. Little off kilter here. I wish we hadn't been cut off, because I feel like we were much deeper into it. Was one of the last shows. Oh no, it was the first one we did.
It was the first one we did, and then we did the Ardbeg Dark Cove after this, which we didn't want to shoot first because of the peat intrusion.
True. That's a good point. And this hat is hot. It's serving its purpose.
Yes.
I love the B-17. You want to hear about a board game called
Traveling?
B-17?
No, Traveling Dummies. And I'm trying to remember what we did or who we had. We should have looked that up beforehand.
Ooh.
What did we do?
Did we? Because we were running long.
We didn't, because we did. No, it was the Ardbeg. We did the shout out to. Well, no, we did the shout out to Smoke and Dirt, but we also included the One Glass Man who was in Buenos Aires.
Well, one glass man was on
And this one-
He was on the Ardbeg.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Right.
Did we which I thought maybe we.
I don't think we put one down on this one because
we
I
did.
think we ran kind of long, and you were like,
that's
"Boom,
right.
let's go, let's go." I mean, I don't remember one coming in. One glass man.
You don't need to see no traveling dummies.
That's right. There is no traveling dummies.
These aren't the traveling dummies you're looking for.
Because we didn't score it either. We didn't score it because we've done individual scores already on each of these. This was just that family shootout to see if they changed or evolved.
I like that. I'll pick my favorite. They're all decent. Better than I remember. I'll say that much. I do. It's sitting there today and the other day. The Cask strength
Boom.
stands out.
I agree. So scotch it, you Scotch guys.
Go to scotchtestdummies.com. We got a brand new website. Check it out. Our ratings are on there. You can link up our calendar to your calendar.
The calendar's neat. The ratings are awesome.
Buy a coin, buy a glass, buy a t-shirt.
We call it merch.
Yep. Now we're going to scotch it.
Scotch gods.
Support us on Patreon.
Oh, wow, you're just sneaking them in.
Cilantro.
Wow. You know what? Later on, we're going to be standing out by the highway with a sign that says, I need to drink whiskey today. Please donate. I bet you we make a lot.
Well, we need like one of those, like a scrolling deal, and it reads real fast, you know? Go to scotchtestdummies.com. Support us on Patreon.com.
And then there's a lawyer's deal at the end.
Yeah.
You know, no payments have been endorsed from other distilleries. Da, da, da. All right. Scotch it, you Scotch guys.
Cilantro. Dummies.
I need to Velvet Elvis you.